Hello again. We were discussing about power from renewable energy. So now we'll be discussing about solar thermal power plants. So now we have a layout of solar thermal power plants. What happens is that we have a large amounts of collectors, arranged in a form, and they have very big arrangements, and they are adjustable according to the direction of sunlight. So what happens is that this sunlight falls on them, and then they contract all the sunlight into the receiver, where the water is supplied, and the water gets boiled over here, and we collect it into the stream drum, and from there we transfer it to the turbine. You can see from the solar energy collectors over here. They are, can see in this diagram, they are these ones. So from there we have a receiver, and the receiver boils the water, and then we have an heat exchanger which transfers the fluid to the turbine. The turbine rotates and produces electricity. We have a condenser and a cooling tower here, so the water is transferred back into the receiver. So this is the working of the solar thermal power plants. Now we will be discussing about geothermal power plants. So we have a layout of the geothermal power plants. What happens is that the area is very hot near about the volcanoes and magma present beneath there. So the water present around these type of surfaces, so it gets hot, and it gets converted into steam. So you can see underground steam storage is over here. So we supply pipelines inside this surface, and we have a separate steam water separator over here. So we get steam and hot water from here, and we just separate the steam, and we supply the steam to the turbine. The turbine is coupled with the generator, which generates electricity, and the saturated steam coming out of the turbine is transferred to the condenser, which is connected to the cooling tower, which converts the steam into the water by spraying it into the air. So it is transferred back to the steam water as a separator, and hot water is supplied again back to the geothermal reservoirs, and the cycle continues. Now we'll be discussing about biogas power plants. So here's the layout of the biogas plant. What happen is that the villagers use the cow dung for cooking. So the cow dung produces a lot of gas, and it is harmful for our environment. So we use the same cow dungs and other sewages excreta in the biogas plant to produce biogases. So what happens is that we provide slurry and the cattle and dung and water inside this plant, and it goes down the inlet chamber inside the digester, which is underground. So due to anaerobic respiration microbes present, it gets converted into biogas, and the biogas is supplied to the kitchen. You can see they are supplied into the kitchen, and then whatever is left over after the digestion is collected over here. The spent slurry is collected over here. You can see from the animation, once the gas is produced, and the spent slurry is collected over here. After 50 to 60 days, it's get collected over, and it is transferred to the farms. They are transferred to inside the farms, and we use in farming, and they are good for crops. So this is a general layout of the biogas. They are very useful in our daily life. They use the dung and waste over material, and nothing is left over inside this biogas plant. The main advantage is this.